But when you look at these amazing ratings, and Univision is beating NBC by far in prime time, and when you look at...
Well, I don't know about by far.
Okay. They have 195 nights last year. Okay? I think I got my numbers right. And we're talking about Spanish language news. So explain that to me. Why is there so all this English language boom and Cosmo and Fox News Latino and you guys, but the ones breaking all the ratings and making all the money, because so far the one taking all the money is Univision and maybe a little bit Telemundo and Spanish. Explain that to me. I mean, is there something that we're not understanding? Yeah. Are you making money yet?
We're making money. I'm telling you, big money.
And she launched last year also.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of questions in there, so
Right,
I don't know which one. Can I pick any of them?
Are you making money
Yes.
already?
Well, we do have, we have an investment, okay, which is really important and is often overlooked. We created jobs in order to launch NBC Latino, and that's a great thing. And we're investing there, and there's advertising behind that. And can that grow? Absolutely. Look, we can sit here and talk about all the challenges we have, and it's the same challenges that non-niche digital sites have when it comes to digital dollars. And I've been on the TV side as well, and in digital, dollars are dimes, and we have to fight much harder to get those dollars. Just as if you compare general market to Spanish language market in TV, just a dollar or a rating point is not worth the same in general market as it is in Spanish language. So that's a separate challenge. But I think the competition is great. I love the fact that Cosmo Latina is around. I love that Fox News Latino is here. I love that Voxy's around and Huffington Post Latino Voices, because it gives us more collective strength when we have those conversations with the agencies, and you know all about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
I would just say, first of all, I want to make it clear that I don't think that Spanish language media should go away. I mean, I consume Spanish language media. I love Univision. I think there's a tremendous service being done to the community, and it's interesting to me when it becomes an argument of either or, because I think it's a very small way of thinking. I mean, we still have Cosmo en Español, and we have Cosmo in most of the largest population countries in Latin America, and in Spain does very well.
Actually, Cosmo en Español is here
in the United States. Yes.
Give us an idea, like how many people do you reach through Cosmo en Español versus...
I actually don't know the numbers for Cosmo en Español. I don't want to say off the cuff because I don't know.
How about your publication?
I can talk about my own, but I can't talk about theirs. But I'll say that for ours, we are distributed to 545,000. That's our, with the print, which is quarterly. And online, it's hard to determine our unique visitors apart from Cosmo, but Cosmo has 10 million unique visitors per month. Ours is reaching roughly around 500,000 just for our tab right now. I mean, but raising quickly by the day because they're giving us a lot of homepage promotion. So what I can say, that's a lot of people that are getting Latino news. I will say that, and in English, people that wouldn't know about it, who are also American and are not familiar and can't speak Spanish, learning about Latino issues. So, but I will say, as far as profitability is concerned, that from the beginning we were profitable. I mean, we were one of the few magazines to launch. We had imitators since then, but in that year, I think Hearst maybe launched 2 magazines or something, or 3. Don't quote me on that because I don't know off the top of my head, but there were many, and we were one of the few magazines to launch, period, in print, and we did very well. We've been going up in advertisers every month.
How many people do you work with?
How many people are on my team?
In your team? Yeah.
On my team, we have a super small staff. We're probably like 8 people or something like that.
How about you, Chris?
We're about 8 staff, 9 staff, and then I have a sizable contributor budget that which I spread around to augment the rest of our content, specifically with some bloggers and some political contributors.
So around 8 staff. And what about you, Maite? You're a bit different because
we're just 3, but
small.
It's small, 3 in the office, but we also have a freelance budget, and also collaborate with other people. But at the Daily News, it was 2. We were 2 at the height, and I mean, we were 4. I mean, let me be truthful. When we had the Viva in English and had the Hora Hispana, the weekly in Spanish, which I oversaw both, we were 4 on staff, which is to me. And then eventually with the recession, that became 2, and then we grew up a little bit again, and then they folded it. But and that was a little bit of my, I mean, believe me, I spent 15 years working this issue from within, and did the daily news, which is my experience, did the coverage of Latinos increase? In some cases, yes. Did we do very well in some stories because we were there, because we fought it? Yes. Did it increase tremendously in my 15 years at the daily news? No. I mean, I wish I could say something different, but it didn't. But did we get more things? Was I able to go to features and said, this is a good story, I cannot cover it, or I have done it 10 times, it's time you cover Aventura, it is time, you know, I'm done with covering In the Heights, how many stories can I do about In the Heights? It's time for you to pick it up, you know.
Yeah.
Did that happen? Did it work? Sure, yes. Did it happen a lot? No. Was it simple, like, here, you should really do this? No, it didn't take one little message. It really had to be like, as I just mentioned, very big stories. So yes, it gets better, but is there a huge return? Had I seen it? Did I personally see a huge return? The Daily News is the most widely read newspaper among Latinos in New York, combining all the other print publications together. So the Daily News had a tremendous loyalty in Latino readers, and that didn't necessarily translate. And so I am not saying, of course, it's great that our business is growing, but that we need to continue these fights constantly to increase coverage. And if we drop the ball, what's gonna happen is you go to, and sometimes you can go to these pages, they have all this in the back, we know there's all these Latinos working, you go to the front page and you don't see anything if it's on the website. If you pick up a newspaper, you see the first 20 pages and you don't see it there. So what I am saying that the struggle is still on and that we should not drop it.